This Formula One report is presented by Montreal's Neptune Pine, the first standalone full-feature smartwatch.
Welcome back to Montreal Connected. Well, the British Grand Prix is this weekend, so we brought in the man who lives his life in the fast lane, JC Cote, F1 commentator and analyst. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let me get this right. There's 11 teams, 2 cars per team, but they all use the exact same tires.
That's right. Pirelli has been the sole provider of Formula One tires now for several years. And they, over the course of a season, they'll provide the team with about 36,000, the teams with 36,000 tires. So that's a lot of rubber over the course of one season.
That is a lot. And you know, I thought it was expensive just to get my winter tires changed, but these ones are crazy expensive, right? How much do they cost?
Right. I mean, it's hard to break down the actual cost of the tire, but it works out to about between $1,800 and $2,000 per tire, so $8,000 per car. And those tires last about 15-20 minutes, so it's extremely expensive when you think about it.
Well, for 15 minutes, you know, there's a lot of research and development that goes into these tires. It's almost like the NASA of tires in the F1 world. So how important is tire selection when you're faced with an F1 race? It's
really important. So Pirelli selects the tires, the 2 tires that are going to be used throughout the race weekend ahead of time. In Great Britain, they've selected the medium tire and the hard tire. And then over the course of the weekend, it's up to the teams to decide when they're going to use which tires in practice, qualifying, and in the race, and in what order they're going to use them.
Well, I mean, it's the only part of the F1 car that's actually supposed to touch the ground, so, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. But how much does it play into a team's strategy? Oh,
it's incredibly important. So the tires that they scrub throughout practice and qualifying are the tires that they're probably going to use during the race. And so deciding when to use certain tires and when to come into pit to put the either a brand new set on, a stickered set or a scrubbed set, it all plays into the strategy, and it can make or break a race for a driver. So.
Now, you mentioned how many tires the team goes through, but of course the driver, the one who's in the driver's seat, I guess, is you know, not really focused on that. He's got a lot of other things to think about. So who actually decides when, okay, now it's time to change the tires?
Right, so Pirelli has one strategist that works with every team, and every driver has his own engineer. And so they work out a strategy ahead of time. They don't always stick to it, and sometimes they have to call an audible if someone's trying to jump another driver while he pits. So it's very complex, and it's sort of like on a sliding scale throughout the race weekend.
Okay, well, Pirelli obviously has the market cornered, and of course, well, we're going to see what happens with the British Grand Prix. Big strategy, but thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, and we'll be seeing you soon.
This Formula One report has been presented by Montreal's Neptune Pine. Make calls, text, surf, and more without tethering.